So for those of you who have never used WIC before and aren't really sure how to, I'm going to show you how it's done. I'm here at Walmart and we're going to be picking up the things on our WIC list. When you go to WIC, they will give you a piece of paper. It's called like a shopping list, and it'll tell you specifically what kind of formula to get, if you get any baby food or crackers. And you have to get exactly what's on the list, or when you go to pay for it with your WIC card, it won't go through. They'll tell you, hey, you need to pay for this. Your WIC card isn't paying for it. So another way to get it is if you go to the register, they can print out a receipt that shows you what is on your WIC card. And so let's go get some formula. So a lot of places keep the formula locked up. You'll have a lot of places will have like a button you can push to get someone to come over and help you. One thing that we're having problems with is the supply of baby formula, and you might be approved for a particular kind of baby formula, but you may have trouble finding it. And so if that's the case, your WIC office can put in exceptions for you, where maybe you normally get Infamil, but they'll put in an exception saying you can go ahead and get Similac or vice versa. And so just talk with your WIC office before you run out of formula, just so they can put in those exceptions. Because as you can see here, they're almost out of the Similac, the kind that we need. And so we get an exception where we can get the orange cans instead of the purple cans, since they're out of the one she would normally get. All right guys, so we have our baby cereal, we have our formula, which may be limited to how many you can get depending on the store, and then we have all the baby food. We got 7 cans of baby formula, 32 cans of the 4-ounce baby food, and then 24 ounces total of baby cereal. I am trying to get some of the organic brands because mine didn't specifically say you couldn't get organic, so we'll see if that actually goes through. This is my first time actually getting baby food instead of just formula, so wish me luck. We'll see how it goes. So as far as diapers, we've been lucky so far as one of the foster closets gave us diapers, a lot of diapers. So we're gonna see how long that will last. Also, I always like to skim through the clearance section at stores for off-season clothes. So right now it's springtime, so stores are trying to get rid of all their winter clothes. So they'll put them on clearance, and I'll try to guess what my kiddos are going to be in for the winter. And I err on the side of larger because it's okay if it's a little baggy. And then if you guess wrong or you don't have that kiddo, you can always donate it to a foster closet, put it back into the system, or save it for your next kiddo. So that's one reason I wait for really good deals, is because I don't want to be spending a lot of money on clothes and then my kiddo goes back and I end up not even using it. So that's kind of a waste for me. So just try to find that balance that you're okay with. I was just passing by the bathing suits and it made me think of something. Now that summer's coming up, when you get your kiddos bathing suits, try to get them brighter colors versus the pastels and the lighter colors, because it's much easier to see kids in pools at the bottom of the pools with bright colors versus pastels. This is kind of a pain in the butt for girl bathing suits, because they tend to be all pastels and pinks, which you put them in the bottom of a white pool and they just wash out, versus somebody's in red or a neon color, a bright color, it's going to stand out if they're at the bottom of the pool. So just a little side safety tip. Okay guys, so this is the paper that you'll get from the WIC office. Go there right after your placement and just bring your placement documents with the kiddos information on it, and they'll tell you exactly what you get. You may just get formula if they're a newborn. You may get actual dairy milk, fruits and veggies if they're older. This kiddo is 1 year old, and so they're getting baby food, infant cereal that does not have the fruit, so it doesn't matter the brand name. It just had to add up to 24 ounces. The baby food, fruit or vegetable, it was the little 4-ounce containers about the size of like a Vicks container. And it actually did let me buy organic baby food if you are into that. It did not have the Infamil. They didn't have it due to the shortage. I know we have an exception to get Similac, so that's what we ended up getting. So when you go to the register, you scan all your items. It'll tell you a balance. At Walmart specifically, it'll ask you credit card, debit card. You hit other method of payment, and then it'll let you select WIC if you're doing the self-checkout. Of course, if you're using a cashier, she'll do all of that for you. So this is the kind of WIC receipt that you'll get. After you buy your things, or they can give it to you to let you know what you still have left on your card. It'll give you an account balance. So here, this basically says the exact same thing of what I can get. Then it says what I got today, utilized. I actually had to do 2 different transactions because there was a limit on formula. So at the end, it'll give you your ending balances. So basically it said I got all my baby food, I got all my cereal, but I still can come back and get 2 more cans of the Infamil. And then Walmart will print your regular receipt, and it'll tell you, you know, 0 due, changes due, and you're good to go. If for some reason after you use your WIC card, there's a balance that comes back, say it's $5, whatever it is, then you need to look at the items that you have. Something is not WIC approved. So maybe you accidentally grabbed the baby cereal that has fruit in it. The card won't pay for that, and so it'll leave you in an outstanding balance. If you want to simplify things, you can also go to a WIC grocery store, which is basically a store that is all they do is WIC purchases. They tend to be located near the actual WIC office, and depending on the area you live, it may be a little bit of a drive. Ours is kind of far. But I went there the first time we got WIC because I know WIC is particular about which things you can get and which ones you can't get. So at the WIC grocery stores, you just go, you give them your card, you put in your PIN number, and they'll be like, okay, do you want this flavor baby food, or do you want that flavor baby food? Do you want the and they'll ask you questions based on what your card says you can get, and then you can get it all right there. But they are also having the issue with the baby food shortage. So I hope this information helps. Keep track of your paperwork from your WIC office that'll tell you what you get, and make sure you keep up with your appointments, because you have to go back in like every 3 months, I think it is, to redo your paperwork, and your benefits will change as your child grows. So any questions, comments, leave them below. Let us know what you think. What has been your experience with WIC? Today I got about $200 worth of baby food and formula through the WIC program, so I'm very grateful, very appreciative of it. And I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.